Coach, what do you like about your quarterback from Oklahoma that transferred?
Well, I mean, I love the spring we had. I think his confidence grew. And, you know, when you come out and you're the Gatorade Player of the Year, you have talent. And, you know, no one knows exactly, you know, how to judge what people go through at different spots. But, you know, he just I just think he needed a restart with confidence. And I thought that grew throughout the spring, and excited to see how that continues in the fall camp.
What did you like about his skills?
He's got all the skills. I mean, he's got arm strength. He's got good enough footwork. He's got the head. He's got the IQ. You know, now it's a matter of taking care of the football and making great decisions. But the skill set's not an issue with him. He can make every throw.
How did you think he played yesterday at the Regions?
Man, you know, the Regions golf tournament to me is like an incredible time for the kids of Alabama. It's not a great time to play around the golf. Truthfully, I feel bad. I really do. I feel bad for like David Toms was in the pro with us, and then some other guys. And, you know, you walk off 9 green, you got 100 kids there that you're not going to ignore. And I get to 10, and everybody's already hit, and I'm like, hey, let's just go. So I don't know if I probably played 10 of the holes. Yeah. So it's more of just service for the kids, but I really enjoyed the day.
Coach, you said yesterday that you thought you had one of the deeper quarterback rooms. I guess how much of an advantage can that be for you this year?
Well, what I said, I think, is I would put our quarterback room up against any in the SEC, and arguably I would say between Jackson and between Deuce and between Ashton, I don't know. I would argue that that's 3 pretty good dudes that have obviously Deuce hasn't done anything yet, but the others are really highly recruited. And but until we do something, whatever I say really doesn't matter. So they got to produce. But I do feel comfortable with those 3 guys.
Coach, have you played in Waco, Texas before, and some preliminary thoughts about playing Baylor?
Oh, man, Waco, Texas. I've never played there, but Chip and Joanna Gaines are 2 of my dearest friends, and we go out there often to be with them. And so he's going to pull against me, and it's going to be interesting to see, but I've never played there. It'll be interesting. They're a good football team to open up on Friday night. Obviously, a national TV audience is exciting. They finished very, very well last year, so it'll be a good challenge for us.
You like playing on Friday night?
Absolutely. Give me a Thursday night game anytime that you want. I love having extra time to rest and recover for these kids because this season is long and difficult. So I love the thought. I'm glad our administration did it and got it done for a Friday night game there, and all the eyes will be upon us. It'll be. I mean, I'm sure there'll be other games that night, but it'll be very few that are probably nationally, televised, and that'll be a good opening for us.
You had said previously you preferred to have a big opponent for the first game to kind of circle all throughout fall camp. Are you excited for that this year?
Yeah, I may eat those words, but I do like having your, maybe your FCS opponent later in the year, and us having a Baylor, another Power 4 team to open the season with, I think grabs everyone's attention. There shouldn't be anybody wandering around like in fall camp. Like, we got something to get ready for, and it's not going to be easy. And it'll be a challenge right out of the gate in Texas heat, and I'm sure in an electric environment there on a Friday night.
This was a few months ago, but you guys re-signed DJ Durkin.
Yeah.
How big was that in terms of, talk about off-season wins? Was that a big one for you?
It was huge for me. You guys that have been around me and know me like you guys all have know that, there's certain things I try to play to strength-wise, and I don't fool a whole lot with the defense other than just making decisions maybe on, 3rd and long or red zone or something. But I have so much trust in whoever we hire in that spot, and DJ for me has been the most organized, passionate, energetic, and I think the kids have rallied around him, and they played really well other than in some critical downs that we've got to improve on, as we've talked about. But retaining him to me was a priority, and it gives us continuity moving forward on both sides, and thought that was huge. Thankful to our administration for that.
You lost a few key pieces. Have there been any leaders that have emerged over the offseason for you?
Yeah, I think you start with, the leadership of the team, I thought did a great job, whether it's Connor Lew or Jeremiah Wright offensively and Damari Alston. I think those kind of initially took the charge offensively, and then Jackson came in, and I think it'll be interesting when we get back in May. We'll re-elect our leadership council, and we'll kind of see how that goes from there. And then defensively, the guys like Keldrick Falk, they're the voice of, people listen to him, Champ Anthony. Those guys have been the kind of the leaders there, and we'll see how that goes. But I thought our leadership council in the spring did a great job of setting the standard and holding people accountable to it.
Coach, you have any thoughts on the 9 games possibly for the SEC moving forward?
Man, we could talk 30 minutes on this. This is, I honestly don't care. The only thing I think that is necessary from media, from administrators, from fans is I do think there needs to be a re-education of where we truly are. And the days of teams running the gauntlet 2 and 3 years in a row of 12-0, and I think those days are in the past. And we need to adapt more of the NFL mindset to where, heck, NFL team lose 6 games, goes to the playoffs, and may win the Super Bowl. And truthfully, an SEC team that ends up 8-4 or 9-3, if you have a realistic shot at a playoff berth, you might be playing the best football then. And so I don't think it really matters on that. I think what matters, you look at basketball, you look at baseball. The SEC can get half or more in. So what we're bannering for as coaches in football is, man, take our top 8, forget the championship games, take our top 8, play us against the top 8 in the Big Ten in this first round to see who gets into the 16-team playoff or whatever. TV would love that, and now you give your fans real hope, and it's not like because college football is like right now. If you're Auburn, let's be real. If you're not going to playoffs, there's a lot of people that are saying, well, that's not the best season. And so we've got to do something to put a realistic hope on it, like the NFL. And, man, you go 8-4 in this league, playing 9 games especially, I don't know. You probably deserve a right to have at least a shot to get in the thing. And so I think there's just so many discussions around that I know I went around the world with that answer, but you've got to give some realistic hope to your kids. It's no longer this, you lose 1 game or 2 games and, oh, my God. Well, that you still can be a really good football team and might win it all. So that's my thoughts on it.
What's the difficulty of selling that to your players, that idea of losing 2 and 3 games?
I don't. We don't even talk about that with our players. So let's take game by game and see where we are at the end of the year. Players don't need to be in those discussions. That's not up for them. They've got other things to worry about. We just got to worry about getting them prepared. I'm just going to be a proponent as long as I'm in this thing of, man, expand the playoffs to like 16 teams, and let's find a way to get 8 of us a shot to get in it.
Coach, looking at the position groups heading into fall camp, which ones will you be having a close eye on?
It starts up front, O-line and D-line. I do think we've added some good pieces there, obviously, and our receiver room is as talented as I think is any in the country. But it starts up front, and hopefully we can stay healthy, O-line, D-line, and create pressure and stop the run on defense and protect our quarterback on the offensive front and run the ball. You run the ball and average over 3 yards a rush, you got a good shot. So I think it really starts up there, O-line, D-line.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank